Hello everyone, my name's SonicAFreak8, and today we're going to be taking a look at the surprisingly common stand that people use in a bizarre day, the almighty, all-powerful Shadow the World. Shout out to Slick YouTube / Snowing Dragon for willing to let me borrow their Shadow the World so I can make this video. You can obtain the stand by combining a Vampiric the World, which is a combination of the world and a vampire mask, and a camera. Both of these items can be dropped from Dio that spawns over at Dio Coffin every hour, with the vampire mask having a 60% chance of dropping and the camera having a 10% chance. Now without any further delay, let's see what Shadow the World can do. For Shadow the World stats, two of them are actually unknown, with only the speed stat being shown being A. Knowing this, I did some testing against one of my Over Heaven stands, and I have certainty that the durability stat is C tier. However, I do not have certainty for the destructive power stat. Based upon the stat rankings when you calculate punch damage and from my testing results, I think the destructive power stat is a B. Again, I don't have certainty on it, but it's the closest I'll get. So going off of that, Shadow the World's theoretical true stats are B in destructive power, A in speed, and C in durability, which reflects the stand's playstyle and moveset quite well, if I do say so myself. Unlike most of the stands in a bizarre day, Shadow the World actually has a passive ability called My Hands Have Already Struck. This passive allows the user to regenerate 2% of their HP every second and have increased walk speed from 16 to 18. This is really good for PvP purposes, mainly because of the passive healing, and that added mobility makes you a harder target to hit for most players, which partially makes up for the lack of durability. Interestingly enough as well, is that Q isn't a keybind to bring out Shadow the World, but instead is a projectile called Piercing Knife Throw. This move has the user throw one of Dio's signature knives that deal moderate damage. When this move is used in a time stop, you will throw 6 knives that deal pitiful damage, which is not an issue because of piercing. You can spam these knives quite easily because of its short cooldown, allowing you to always have your opponent on edge when it comes to ranged engagements. The knives also pierce pretty easily, allowing you to deal some pretty good damage if they land their mark. Shadow the World's E ability, Shadow Uppercut, has the stand temporarily manifest and do a shadowy uppercut that does great damage to the opponent and knocks them away, applying some stun as well. This move's good as a get off me option like most strong punches are in this game, except this one's quick to use thanks to the speed stat of the stand. Shadow the World's R ability, Shadow Combo, has the stand temporarily manifest again, doing a quick 1-2-3 punching combo, which each punch doing great damage. This move is good for getting some damage in on your opponent at close range, and allowing you to combo with it as well since it applies little to no knockback, nor does it apply any stun. Shadow the World's T ability, Space Ripper Stinky Eyes, has the user charge up 2 lasers from their eyes that then fire out, which each laser doing good damage. This is good as an alternative pressuring tool when you can use your knives, or if you want to hit the target easier since it has a much larger hitbox than the knives. Shadow the World's Y ability, Flesh Buds, has the user lean over as a bunch of flesh buds shoot from their back, attacking everyone in front of them at a medium distance. The flesh buds can deal great damage if they touch a target enough. The flesh buds can hit up to 4 times in a single use, though the hit registration on the move is quite wonky, so be mindful of that, especially if you want to combo with it. Shadow the World's F ability, the World's Unknown ability, has the stand stop time for 2 seconds with a lower cooldown than most other time stop abilities. The user can also throw multiple knives using Q while on stop time. Combining the time stop with knives is your best bet for maximum damage output since the knives pierce during time stop. You can just spam your most damaging moves if you wanted to, though I haven't messed around with that. Just know if you don't plan to use the knives during time stop, then you won't have much time to get any major damage in. Shadow the World's H ability, called Are You Really Trying to Shoot Me?, has the user turn backwards and pose while holding a book and a cup of cherry juice. If you're attacked by a physical move, time will stop and the user will appear behind the attacker, letting out Dio's signature I tried. The Trello page didn't say how much damage this counter did, so I messed with it and I found it does great damage. Around 30-ish damage specifically. I also found that my Star Platinum over Heaven was able to bypass Shadow of the World's counter in almost every regard except for the slam attack, which is H. Not sure if this is a bug or not, but we'll see in the future. Shadow of the World's V ability, Time Stop Teleport, has the user teleport a short distance using Shadow of the World's power. The range is a bit short, requiring my cursor to be at almost half screen distance from my character in order to teleport. But it's not a big flaw. You can use this teleport to really surprise your opponent up close or to bait attacks from them. Don't underestimate any sort of teleporting in a game, to be honest. Finally, Shadow of the World's B ability, Vampiric Bloodsuck, has the user plunge their arm into your opponent and take their blood for your own, damaging the enemy and healing yourself a great amount. You can hit multiple enemies with this move, though they have to be in range and in close proximity of the move. Dummies also heal you with this move, so you could use it to your advantage, but not in a true 1v1 scenario. It's a wuss move in my opinion. Shadow of the World is a pretty interesting stand to use, having one of the most diverse movesets I've ever seen in the game. You can really put some pressure on an opponent from almost any distance, from the projectile spam to the teleports to close range combos. It's pretty ridiculous. Passive ability of healing over time and having a faster walk speed means that you can avoid moves easier and play the keep away game. There's a lot of things you can do with the stand, and I find that to be the charm of it. That durability though, it's straight up not good. Shadow of the World has the same durability as King Crimson, meaning you can be easily comboed / barrage to death. That diverse moveset can be pretty tricky to learn as well when you first get the stand. If you get into a fight and you don't know what does what, then you're gonna be at a real disadvantage because Shadow of the World really does have good tools for PvP. It's just overall a good stand in my eyes. The durability is the only real issue I see here. If you're looking for a stand that's pretty powerful and covers all the bases when it comes to attacking, then I do recommend getting Shadow of the World. Good luck on that camera grind though. Here's the pose and quotes for Shadow of the World. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my showcase on Shadow of the World. I originally wasn't going to cover the stand until Slick approached me via a comment saying that they were willing to lend me their Shadow of the World for a video. So shout out to them once again for letting me do this. If you guys found this informative and would like to see more, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It shows the best support to me as a content creator. You can also check out my Twitter, Twitch, and join my Discord server as well, which will all be linked in the description down below. I'll also link A Bizarre Day's game page and Discord server so you guys can play the game for yourselves and be up to date on what the dev team is working on for the game. They're always posting updates on the game and keeping the community up to date on what's happening both in and outside of the game. My name has been Sonic8Freak8, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, mates.